Sup, you chuckle fucks? It's your boy Dark Goo here with What If Issei was like law? Well, not law. Was like Trafalgar D water law. So yeah, pretty much was like law, but not the point. Now, before I go on to what if, I don't have much time. I have to go to sleep, but not the point. I don't know if I have work tomorrow because not the point. I also want to mention one thing. I have other what if ideas literally just pop up to my head, and it was basically the same kind of like idea of like the one I did for what if Issei had a Titan Sacred Gear, but instead of being Godzilla this time, it would have been King Garu King. Fuck, I can't say his name. Fuck, how the fuck did I forget about it now? Whatever. Pretty much, I had an idea for that one, for another Kaiju Sacred Gear, but not the point. Mostly for another different what if idea, and of course, yeah, pretty much also thought of this what if. I have no idea why, but I did. I said fuck it, why not? But not the point. Also, what's it called? I am going to do part 3 of what if Issei was a robotic engineer tomorrow, just because I probably won't have any time to do it right now. Later, probably not really. But other than that, let me just begin. Since what if, let me shut the fuck up and let me begin. Sorry. Wait, let me do something real fast. So yeah, let me just begin into what if, let me shut the fuck up. But we begin into mostly well, not time skip. Mostly it's a battle between a god and mostly a group of devils. Mostly devil teenagers, but yeah. Now, the god that they're supposedly fighting right now is a god that is known as the god of mischief. Also known as, well, Loki. From the northern kind of pantheon. That, yes, they're kind of fighting Loki. It's mostly around that kind of battle. But of course, mostly a red-haired beauty is right now kind of worried that maybe they won't be able to win this because, well, the supposed red dragon emperor has not been seen, even meeting up back at the Gremory place or meeting up at the mostly the kind of like devils, like the young devils kind of meeting day. Neither meeting up there, neither meeting up with mostly Odin, but yeah. But of course, Loki appeared, and yet he still didn't appear. And of course, now they have to go into a battle between, well, Loki, the god of mischief, and yet the mostly supposedly Red Dragon Emperor hasn't shown up. But what has shown up was a White Dragon Empress. Now, the White Dragon Empress was surprised to hear that the Red Dragon Emperor has not been seen for at least a couple of months, and, well, not a couple of months, 1 month, because they had a training day, other things, mostly for like 4 weeks, but not the point. But of course, he hasn't really been seen. Tani really have been kind of secretive, not really too secretive. He just said that mostly Issei should be with them, but he doesn't know where exactly Issei's mostly will be at, but yeah. But of course, everyone has been worried for the Red Dragon Emperor, who is known as Issei Hiro, but not the point. But this is where, mostly everyone is right now fighting against Loki, the god of mischief. Now, this is where Loki has summoned out his 3 children, being Finral and, well, mostly not 3 children, but his other 2 grandchildren, because Finral is basically had 2 children named Scully and No, wait, what was it? Scully and I can't remember the other one for some reason. Wait. So Scully and Hattie, who are basically the grandchildren of mostly Loki, and of course summoned out a copy version of the World Serpent, but yeah. But this is where, the World Serpent is just a sea serpent, but yeah, this is where, it's right now having to fight against one of the devil groups, being that of Sona Sifri and her devil Parage, while mostly Rhea's Gremory and her Parage with the Valkyrie, who is actually helping them, and also the White Dragon Empress with mostly her team, like, well, Arthur and what's it called, Biku, and even Kuroko, but Kuroko's right now sitting somewhere else, so mostly Konako doesn't fully attack her, but yeah. But of course, they are having to fight against mostly Finro, what's it called, Scully and Hattie. Now this is where, well, the battle is happening. While mostly Valerie was about to attack mostly Loki, Loki was laughing and saying, "You people will not be able to defeat me." This is where he blocked a magic circle from mostly the Valkyrie named Rossaweiss. He also blocked an attack from mostly the Gremory, who was named Rias Gremory, a red-haired beauty. But of course, this is where, well, he easily just blocked the destruction magic, because it's quite pathetic in his opinion. Like, if Rias didn't fucking train at all, because she didn't. She literally just read some books and wanted to try out like skills and other things, but she never trained. So of course she's basically kind of useless right now. I mean, yeah, but that's where, well, the white dragon empress, they're trying to use divide on mostly the god, but of course the god manages to dodge and says, "You are quite pathetic. Well, it's time for mostly Finrod to try to bite on all of you." This is where Finrod rushes straight towards the, well, mostly red-haired beauty named Rias Gremory, while mostly Valerie notices, but of course she does not really want to protect Rias at all. She really has no interest in Rias at all. This is where Rossaweiss notices. She tries to make a magic circle to try to block mostly the bite mark from mostly, or not bite mark, mostly the bite from mostly Finrod. But Finrod managed to smash through and was about to bite on Rias. This is where, well, Valerie is about to attack fully, what's it called, Loki, but Loki had a plan to actually manage to seal off the white dragon, mostly the white dragon connection with mostly Valerie, which Valerie wanted her eyes. And this is where, well, Valerie got kind of kicked in the stomach by Loki to kind of push down to the ground, and of course Scully was actually underneath, and Scully was about to open his mouth and try to, well, mostly eat Valerie. This is where Valerie widened her eyes. This is where she tried to use her wings, but of course it was too late. Everyone widened their eyes, of course seeing mostly both Karoka, Arthur, and Becca widened their eyes seeing Valerie, and of course they also noticed, was it called, Rias Gremory and her pride just widened, seeing two important people in mostly their separate lives, but yeah, mostly the group parages, well, not parages, the group's kind of lives about to be taken. This is where, well, mostly Rias widened her eyes, she's about to get killed, while Valerie's also. This is where, well, before anything happens, also right now, Sona right now managed to kind of deflect a water attack from mostly the sea serpent, but the sea serpent was actually about to hit mostly a white-haired beauty. This is where, well, another white-haired beauty, but yeah. She had blue eyes, and this is where she widened her eyes when the sea serpent was about to smash into her. This is where she says, "Damn it." This is where, well, she tries to use her own magic, but this is where something happens. Someone says, "Room." A blue kind of dome appears around everyone, even Loki, and this is where, well, before anyone can understand next, Shabo, or no, what the hell did I say, Shabo? No, not Shabo, almost. This is where he says, Shamos. This is where, well, before anyone can understand what happened next, everyone was lined up somewhere else. Well, not lined up, mostly appear somewhere else, far away from a battlefield. And of course, what actually kind of happens is that Finrod managed to bite into a rock, while, well, mostly Scully ate a huge ass rock that literally just smashes into his face, while Loki is over here confused because the rock literally hit him in the head, a huge ass rock. And this where, well, it made him kind of fall onto the ground, kind of saying, "Ow! Who the fuck did that?" This is where, well, mostly the sea serpent was cut into a bunch of million pieces. It literally exploded into just water, while mostly Hattie itself was mostly just crushed by a bunch of rocks. Or not even crushed by a bunch of rocks. Literally a rock, well, not rock, mostly stone kind of spike appears underneath him. We just stab him right in the head and kill him. That's where, well, someone appears on top of mostly Hattie's, well, mostly killed body, but mostly on the spike. And that's where, well, or not on the spike, he just kind of appears on the biggest kind of like rock pile. But yeah, this is where, well, mostly Loki was kind of glaring, looking around, trying to see where the hell the Devil Proj and mostly the White Dragon Empress went. This is where, well, someone says, you know, looking for them is quite pointless. You will never be able to find them. This is where, well, Loki turns around to see a person with mostly, this person is wearing blue jeans that you can barely see because you can only see at his like ankles or mostly like knee levels or whatever, feet level. But this is where, well, he also has black shoes, like black kind of boots, wearing a black kind of like coat that reaches all the way down to his knees. That's why I'm talking about, like, you can barely see the blue jeans. But this is where, well, It has a symbol of like a smile, like a mostly it's like a golden kind of, or not smile, but it kind of looks like a smile. It has a face, but yeah, this is where he has letters literally on his hand that spell out DEATH and literally just spells out death. But yeah, mostly the D is at his pinky, while mostly the E is in his index finger, mostly for his right hand. But yeah, the what's it called? A is actually in the middle finger. The T is in his mostly that well not index finger. What index finger? No, I'm thinking I'm fucking this up. Whatever. And mostly the M is or not M. The H is in his what's it called? Thumb. But yeah, literally it just shows death. But he also has tattoos kind of on his back of his hand. This is where of course, the person has a white hat and has literally a sword beside him. This work mostly he's holding it on his left hand. This work right now, Loki is lowering his eyes coldly at this person. Well, this person literally has brownish hair, darkish brown hair, and of course his eyes are dark brown color. This work mostly the person just has a smirk on his face while Loki is narrowing his eyes at him. This is where, we go into the barrage kind of meeting. Of course, where, mostly Rios' group is trying to figure out if Rios is fine, while mostly the others like Kuroka, Arthur, and Biko are trying to figure out is, what's it called? Well, mostly their kind of leader fine, mostly Valerie, while mostly also LaFay is there, but not the point. This is where, mostly Sona is actually trying to ask mostly Sabaki if, what's it called, Momo is okay. Momo is fine, she's just confused. This mostly all of them are confused because they were right now in the middle of battle until they gone. They just disappear. Of course, mostly Valkyrie is also with them, mostly Rasa Weiss. This is where Rasa Weiss was very confused. This is where she did get a magic circle near her ear saying that mostly, what's it called, Thor's hammer would literally appear at their location at. This is where, right now, Rasa Weiss this is where, she tried to communicate with the other people to stop it from actually kind of appearing. But this is where, they still managed to appear. And I realized that they're kind of a little bit not that far away from the original battlefield because they see the hammer appear. This is where, mostly someone with kind of the white hat who was right now fighting against, what's it called, Loki, Finro, and even, Scully. This is where, he noticed a hammer and says, what is that? Whatever. This is where, he says, room, shamble, or not shamble, but why the hell do I keep saying shamble? Shambles. This is where, he just says, room, shambles. This is where, he cuts Hattie into multiple, or not multiple pieces, Scully into literally multiple pieces, with Finro at the same time, and literally just switching, like, all of, what's it called, Scully's legs upon mostly, what's it called, Finro's like body, while taking his eyes, his head, and mostly his ears, his fur into mostly Scully. But yeah, and literally just turning them into monsters that can't even walk, talk, or whatever. But yeah, this is where Loki's actually unnerved with this person because he literally seems to be controlling a space room around him, and mostly Loki cannot sense if he's in the room or not in this domain where mostly this person is creating it, which is actually scary because mostly he cannot sense the magic. He's not made out of magic, but of course Loki does not know about that. This is where Loki, before he can even dodge, this is where the person says, you're quite pathetic, you know that, very weak, you know that. This is where right now Loki narrows his eyes and says, I'll kill you, whoever you are. You want to know my name? Loki says, I don't care, but if you tell me, I don't care neither. Well, the name is Trafalgar Law. This is where, we'll see, Loki says, that's a long ass name, but that's not what I care about. Also known as Issei Hyodo, but hey, who really cares about that name? This is where, Loki stops for a second and says, are you supposed to be the Red Dragon Emperor? No, I'm supposed to be the Death Surgeon, you know? I'm here to, go with the meeting about, taking out your heart in 10 seconds, but yeah. This is where, we'll see Loki narrow his eyes at mostly Issei, but Issei seems not to care too much. He looks like he's relaxed, having the posture that really looks like he's not even into this battle. This is where, Loki says, yeah, right, kill me, take my heart. Yeah, that seems like I'm gonna let that happen. I mean, you never know, maybe you need a heart transplant, I can help you. This is where Loki says, yeah, like I will ever let you do that. Suit yourself. I'm here just to help. I'm a doctor. This is where, well, Issei literally said towards Loki. Loki says, I don't need a fucking doctor, okay? I mean, with your psychotic kind of tendencies, I thought I could help. You know, I'm a doctor, I could help you. You know, I can switch out whatever you need, maybe your brain, because you're probably fucking retarded. This is where Loki said, I'm gonna fucking kill you, know that? This is where, well, Issei said, I mean, you can try, but you cannot kill a doctor when a doctor can literally revive himself. Yeah, probably. I don't know. This is where, well, right now, Loki just never his eyes and says, I'm just gonna fucking murder you now. This is where, well, Issei says, you can try. This is where, well, Loki starts sending magic circles, attacks straight towards Issei. Fire and even water. This is where, well, mostly Issei manages to jump up and dodge the attacks. This is where, well, he does a flip in midair, kind of lands on another stone pillar. But yeah, this is where, well, Loki says, die! He starts launching attacks straight towards mostly Issei. Issei noticed a lightning attack, which he literally just dodges to the right. Notice it was called rock attack, mostly like rock spikes, similar to that of what he can do. But of course, where, well, he easily just jumps upon them and starts kind of running on top of them and rushes straight towards mostly Loki. Loki was about to attack mostly Issei until Issei puts his hand out and says, room. This is where, well, mostly before Loki can understand and what exactly is happening, Issei throws a rock behind Loki, or mostly Loki manages to dodge and says, ha, you miss. Issei said, really? Do you think I miss? Shambles. This is where, well, Issei literally just switches places with the rock that Loki literally dodges. This is where Loki winds his eyes, and this is where, well, he tries to turn around fast enough until mostly Issei says, you fail. Well, it's time for a heart transplant, mostly Issei said. This is where, well, before Loki can even turn around, Issei puts his hand like into a palm strike kind of attack into mostly Loki's chest and said the next technique that it's called. Well, his hands wasn't in a palm strike, but mostly into like having claws out. Mostly his fingernails into almost close into a fist, but not fully. It's still kind of flat-handed, but not the point. This is where he says, scalpel. This is where, well, mostly before Loki can even understand, he gets his heart right now taken out of his, well, mostly chest. It literally flies out, turns into mostly a purple square, but yeah. This is where, well, Loki winded his eyes, seeing his heart just taken out of his body. This is where, well, he just, what the? This is where, well, he says, what? This is where, well, we'll see Issei grins and says, pathetic, you know that? This is where, well, Issei decides to kick Loki in the what's it called, next to his head and launching him down to the ground. While Issei decides to use Shambles again, this kind of teleport right next to where the heart is falling down. This is where, well, there was another pebble kind of falling down to the ground, but no one notices because he did it really fast. This is where, well, he grabs a heart that Loki has, and this is where, well, Loki tries to get up until he felt like pain in his chest, but he doesn't have his heart no more. He screams in pain, saying, ah, ah! This is where he falls down to the ground, and this is where, well, we'll see Issei right now is kind of squeezing the heart. This is where, well, Issei says, pathetic, you know that? Really pathetic. This is where Loki says, I'm going to This is where he screams again, right now in pain, until a bunch of people actually landed beside mostly Loki and Issei, until mostly the White Dragon Empress managed to land, trying to look for Finral and even what's it called? Scully or Hattie or anyone, until she notices it's called the white hair person, or not white hair, the white hat person, and the person is literally squeezing like this purplish box, and right now Loki is screaming in pain. So of course, mostly that's what they all saw. They tried to go to Thor's hammer because there was a pillar, the light pillar, but when they get there, they just see Loki screaming in pain, while mostly this person went mostly a white hat just squeezing this like purplish box, and Loki just screaming like a bitch. But yeah, this is where, well, we'll see Loki says, I'm going to this is where, well, he starts screaming again. This is where, well, mostly he says, you're gonna do what? This is where Loki says, I'm going to this is where he screams again, and this is where, well, Issei says, I didn't hear you that well. Did you say that you're going to do what? Loki says, I'm going to this is where, well, he screams again. He can't even use his magic or try to curse Issei because most of Issei just keep like playing with him at this point. This is where Loki says, I said I was. This is where Issei says, yeah, you said you were gonna lose an arm, and the right leg, and the left leg. You get this point, right? This is where Loki says, what do you mean? This is where, well, Issei right now just cuts off his like arm, his other arm, his leg, and his other leg. This is where Issei says, quite pathetic if you think about it. This is where, well, right now Loki widened his eyes, and this is where, well, he realized that this person is the Red Dragon Emperor, but yet his abilities are very, very strange to him. This is where Loki growls at these things and says, "Put me back together." He says, "I'm not a Lego builder, so no, I haven't really played with Legos in a while. So I might actually put your leg where you're fucking, yeah, you get the point, right?" Loki growls at Issei, but this is where, when everyone landed down, they just see this whole mess. And this is where, well, right now, Russell White says, "Unhand what's it called, Loki." This is where, well, right now, well, the white hat person says, "Unhand him," but I haven't even grabbed him. This is where, well, right now, Russell White says, "Then what exactly is happening?" This is where, well, the white hat person says, "I took out Loki because he was literally weak to me. I also killed his children," which it was pathetic, but not the point. This is where, well, the silverish white-haired girl, who actually is known as Valerie, widened her eyes and says, "Wait, you killed them? You bastard! I needed them." This is where, well, we'll see the white hat person says, "And do I look like I care?" Which I don't, White Dragon Empress. I really don't. So, fuck off. This is where we'll see the person flipped her off while even literally caring less. Still having the purple box in his hand, we'll see the heart, but not the point. They really haven't actually seen the heart, but not the point. This is where we'll see the White Dragon Empress right now growls at the white hat person and says, "I'm going to kill you, you know that? I'm going to rip you apart. I don't know who you are, but I'm going to just fucking kill you, you know that?" This is where, well, the white hat person says, "You can try, but then again, I'm a doctor, so I can probably repair myself pretty easily." Not the point. This is where, well, Valerie was about to fully attack Issei and just kind of jump on him to attack him, until this is where the boosted gear appears on mostly Issei's kind of right hand, which with the heart death is at. And this is where, well, mostly Diedrich says, "Ah, white one, you're here. I wasn't expecting you to be here." This is where, well, Albion right now appears behind mostly Valerie and says, "Ah, red one, is this really your host? Because he looks taller than Valerie since the last time they kind of met. Also, why does he look like that?" This is where, well, right now the white one asks mostly Diedrich. Diedrich says, "You know, he had a glow up, also a growth spurt. He also awakened other abilities, but you know, that's just how my host is. Very weird and odd." This is where, well, we'll see Issei says, "Thanks, Diedrich. You're very fucking helpful, you know that? Thank you. Thank you for telling them that I'm weird and awkward. Fuck you too." Diedrich says, yeah. "Now are you gonna fix fucking Loki or not?" "Hell no, I don't give a damn about Loki. Loki can go fix himself. He's a god of mischief, so he'll be fine." This is where Loki's screaming at Issei until Issei literally just cuts his fucking jawline so he can shut up and stop talking. Issei says, "Other than that, I don't give a damn." And this is where, well, Loki cannot talk, he can't use any curse magic, he can barely use his hand because they're literally around his body. This is where, well, we'll see Issei says, "Other than that, I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna probably just go somewhere to sleep. I am tired. I do not care." This is where, well, right now, the white one, who is actually named Valerie says, "Issei? So that's you. Huh. You became taller and stronger, powerful, and that's how I like my rival. Yeah." This is where, well, most see Issei says, "Can you not say in such a creepy way? Because you remind me of like you're going to try to like army or something." This is where Valerie right now face becomes red and says, "What? No, that's not what I'm going to try to do to you. I'm going to kill you because you're my rival." Issei says, yeah, I refuse to believe that." This is where, well, someone says, "Ara. This is where, well, it was none other than Kuroka, and Kuroka says, "Oh my, you actually became so big. I wonder if you became bigger down there. Or you can finally give me children." This is where Kuroka starts kind of wagging her kind of hips. And this is where, well, mostly Issei just looks at her and says, "Valerie, get your horny ass cat away from me. God, I don't actually want to deal with any of this shit. Like, I just want to go home or something." But before doing that, he squeezes the heart a little bit more, right now making Loki kind of shake and tremble right now in just pain. This is where, well, right now everyone is confused in what exactly Issei is crushing. This is where, well, mostly Valerie questions, saying, "What is that in your hand? Why does Loki seem to be terrified the fact that you keep squishing it?" Oh. "Oh, you want to know what it is? Here, put your hand in front of me, like you're gonna about to take it away from my hand, okay?" Valerie says, "Okay, what is it?" Issei drops the purple box upon mostly Valerie's hand. Valerie winds her eyes after realizing what it is. It's literally a heart that's literally beating, beat, beat. This is where, well, she right now drops it in an instant because it's just disgusting that mostly Issei literally put a heart in her hand. And this is where she says, "What the?" This is where, well, mostly Issei says, "Huh?" Issei grabs a heart and says, "What, you never seen a heart literally still beat after being taken? Well, I thought you have seen multiple hearts since you've been able to kill lots of people and love to be a battle freak maniac." This is where, well, Valerie narrows her eyes dirty at mostly Issei and says, "What the hell is that?" She didn't just ask mostly Issei. He says, "It's Loki's heart. What do you expect?" "What, you thought it was something else? What, were you thinking I was giving you my heart? Because even though you're beautiful, do you think I was actually falling in love with you? Not really." Man, this is where Issei sticks his tongue at mostly Valerie, which Valerie glares at Issei, but not the point. This is where everyone is just shocked. Even Rossowitz is just shocked to see the heart. This is where she looks at mostly Loki very closely and sees a literally square hole in his chest where his heart is supposed to be, and yet Issei is having it right in his hand. That's why Loki was screaming and even was contorting around. This is where, well, she realized that Issei was literally squishing it and it was hurting Loki. This is where, well, she never expected that the Red Dragon Emperor, Issei Hyodo, to be this dangerous. This is where, well, he easily defeated Hattie, Scully, and even Finral, and also the World Serpent, the copy version, but also defeated Loki without a care in the goddamn world. This guy doesn't seem to even take a fucking sweat from his head. He doesn't even seem to be taking this fight so serious. This dude just looks lazy and like he has some kind of posture. His outfit doesn't even seem to be like warrior kind of outfit, and he doesn't even seem to be in the balance break or even using the boosted gear until the boosted gear appears to talk to mostly the white one. But yeah, this is where, well, both Albion and even Diedrich are just talking while Valerie is glaring at Issei, while Issei is just kind of just like tossing the heart up, down, up, down, up, down. He's literally just fucking tossing it up and down like he doesn't care. This is where, well, Valerie just narrows her eyes and says, "Issei Hyodo." Issei looks at her and says, "Yes? Do you need something, Valerie Lucifer?" This is where, oh, right now Valerie says, "What exactly happened here?" This is where Issei says, "Well, you can see you struggle so difficultly, such a hard time to beat up Loki and other things, that I had to step in, had to use my ability to move you all out of the way, to take out Scully, Hattie, and even Finra, and also the World Serpent by myself, because I saw you all struggle. I thought you had enough training in your body from mostly that little training place, blah blah blah, and it seems like that training didn't even help at all. Rias, not gonna lie, I'm going to just tell you this. I don't care if you hate me or you fucking despise me after this, but I'ma just say one thing. Did you fucking train, or did you fucking just sat on your ass and literally read some books because you wanted to get more experience for the raiding game? Or what the hell did you do? Because that fucking destruction magic was so pathetic that Loki just looked at it and didn't even care. He didn't even block it with a fucking another magic circle. He saw you less of a threat. No wonder fucking even Kokubel saw you less of a threat. God, even fucking Riser was just like disappointed in the fact that you had zero practice with your destruction magic. I thought with the training, I thought your brother was going to help you with your destruction magic. Do you really think that you're a prodigy and you can actually be able to figure out your destruction magic? Well, speak of the devil, even if you're a prodigy, you still need to fucking train, you dumbass. This is where Issei literally said and screamed at Rias. Rias was taken back by this, and this is where everyone else was also taken back, even Koneko, because she usually thought that mostly Issei would never cuss at Rias at all. This is where Valerie was also taken back. This is where Valerie's group was taken back. Even Sona and her group was taken back. Sanju was like shocked. His mouth was down on the ground. He was just, his mouth widened and slammed to the ground. He was just shocked to believe that Issei literally called his master a fucking dumbass. This is where Sona was just shocked because she never expected mostly Issei, the perverted pawn, to actually kind of cuss at his master, at the same time kind of just not care too much. But yeah, Issei didn't even fucking care at this point, but this is where, well, Issei said, okay, other than that, I just wanted to say that. I also wanted to say Kiba, Akano, and even Kaneko. Kaneko, you still seem quite pathetic as hell. Like, what the fuck? Did you not train in actually using whatever the fuck your sister's at there about? You using Senju or whatever the fuck she's talking about? Also, Kiba, I mean, you're decent source. I don't really care too much. Well, I mean, fucking Gasper's in here, so I can't really know about his abilities, but whatever. Akano, God, you didn't even train either. You probably just did the exact fucking same thing like fucking Rias. Oh God, Azua's not here, so I can't freaking just tell her that she's pretty much just done something dumb. And I can't really tell anything about Sona because that's her group. I don't care. Luckily, I wasn't here fully to protect all of you. I'm so happy that I actually saw all your skills for the first time and realized that this group is literally going to die if I'm not here. Which I fucking hate being here because I literally have to protect all of you like a goddamn meat shield protecting all of you. And I'm gonna say this right the fuck now. If something like a huge ass attack is about to smash into me and I see you behind me, I'm going to dodge. I'm going to tell you to dodge also, but if you don't dodge, it's not my fault. I don't care if it hits you. This is where everyone widened their eyes after realizing that Issei is not stupid. He looks like he just became smarter. He became also much more handsomer in some of the girls' opinions, but even his attitude and personality also changed entirely. He also seems to be much more smarter and not much of an idiot. This is where Issei sighs and says, whatever. Other than that, hey, Valkyrie, you. This is where, well, right now, Rasa Weiss right now looks at Issei and says, the name's Rasa Weiss. Okay, I don't care, and what's your name? I'm just calling you Valkyrie because I didn't fucking know who exactly you were. Do you want me to ask you who exactly you are? I don't care. I'm just gonna call you Valkyrie for right now. Well, now that you told me your name, I can just call you Rasa Weiss. Not the fucking point. Here, take the heart, put it back into his chest. It's easy. Also, you can put his arms and legs and even tongue back, but whatever. It's not my fucking problem to actually deal with this shit. I can put him back normally, but I'd rather not. I'd rather let Loki just look like a fucking pathetic bitch. Other than that, I'm going. See ya. Room. Shambles. Shh. He's gone already. That's why everyone's just shocked to see Issei gone. He was there, right now criticizing everyone, and he's left. Yeah. Rias is kind of furious, but at the same time, she's right now quiet. Very quiet, because she's kind of useless. Literally. Issei did call her a fucking Sakura fucking prodigy for being fucking useless, but yeah. And this is where, well, Issei kind of just teleports back to where he wanted to be at, and just didn't care. He fell asleep on a fucking tree branch. He literally just didn't care. He also did use room to kind of silence his kind of mostly, well, him snoring, but yeah, not the point. Other than that, bye, see you, yeah. Yes, I'm leaving it off here for only part 1. Because yeah, but other than that, bye, see you, yeah, bye.